Okay, so part three. Sorry, I ran out of memory on my phone. So I was saying there are common sense laws, and because I understood the common sense laws, I went ahead and fought this, thinking it was a scam being perpetrated by a local nonprofit that had maybe gotten a little bit out of control. And so I worked my way up the ladder and sent complaints to the North Carolina State Bar, where I found that no investigation was done twice on this lawyer. That even though I had all this evidence, and I had evidence that lawyers were not following any type of code of ethics, that they were not being that they don't care. I mean, there is no way to protect yourself here from an attorney attacking you. If somebody finds an attorney and wants to sue you, well, you're pretty much done for. So when you have a business here, obviously that leaves you open for people to do that. And then they found a way to do it by not having to pay any fees through the courthouse and everything, because they can do it all pro bono, plus they're getting volunteer time. So on this writ that they got, this $3,100 writ, the tenants got $500 and the lawyer got $2,600 for his pro bono, nonprofit, volunteer time work, which, by the way, they had to switch lawyers because they had already perjured themselves. So one lawyer just handed them to another lawyer inside the same nonprofit, so now the other lawyer hadn't heard them lie, so now they could continue on with their lie without violating that a code of ethics that says that the lawyer cannot willfully make his client or allow his client to perjure himself, which I thought was freaking insane. So you are going to unethically make sure you don't break a code of ethics rule, because, by the way, code of ethics are laws. They are laws. Our country would not be in the state that it is in if we knew that these lawyers are breaking laws, and that by breaking these laws they need to have somebody overseeing them. And the North Carolina State Bar, who is not a state agency and no longer is overseen by federal government, which is the reason I am sending this complaint to the Attorney General, Roy Cooper, who is the one, whose office is the one that is responsible for overseeing nonprofits. And I am hoping that this will generate an investigation into what is going on in the North Carolina State Bar, because I called the sheriffs and they cannot do anything. They are below the lawyers. They mainly receive orders from lawyers, and this is why I think the case for my daughter is not being investigated properly, because these police officers answer to these lawyers. So how can they freely speak even if they wanted to? And how can they come out with evidence even if they wanted to? At this point, we need to bring in the federal system, and have them come in and investigate a case that could involve a conspiracy of lawyers, one of which went too far, and I know they know, and, I'm not going after everyone that hurt me and went, got on the bandwagon of hurt Pam and her business. I am going after the attorney who obviously made me look like I was something I wasn't, who turned people against me. I don't know if he paid people or if he pulled favors, but I have the evidence here that, my own lawyers were letting him know where my cameras were, and he was letting his clients know. There's photos here. So, he was getting all my information, even when I was speaking to my own lawyers who I was paying money, and they were, setting the case so that it would help the opposite attorney cover his tracks. And I documented the whole thing. And at least that lawyer and my lawyers who owed me, loyalty, who took my money me and said they would help me, those people are right here. And I am coming after them because they are the only ones I can sue. Because believe it or not, I can't even sue Tom. Excuse me, we won't say his last name. I can't even sue him for all he's done to me because he did it all while doing his best for his criminal clients, while breaking countless code of ethics, countless laws, coming after me personally, all because he was doing for his clients. So I can't even sue him. I can't even come after him at all. But this is my first step. So once they see the progression and what I've been saying, that the personal attacks got more costly, they got more personal, and then my daughter's murdered, that maybe it'll spark some interest at that point, since I have proven I'm not crazy, I have proven I'm not on drugs, I can do this, and therefore I am proven I have intelligence, and I have now the will of the people. So it's time to get a better investigation. They've postponed this case 3 times for this boy. They haven't sought the death penalty on him. And so there is doubt there. There is something going on. And I want some answers. And I hope that this is going to get justice for a lot of people and not just my daughter.